Handgun shooting is really a lot of fun. You know, and one of the things that makes it so much fun is that it's challenging. Handguns are simply harder to shoot, but that's okay. You go out and practice, you learn how to use them. But before you do all that, you really need to know some basics of handgun safety. Now, I'm not going to go through the 4 rules of gun safety here because we've gone over that before. But basically, you want to watch where your muzzle's pointing, treat every gun as if it's loaded, make sure of your backstop, make sure of your target, okay? And number 1, keep your finger off the trigger until the sights are on the target. But what is so special about handguns in terms of safety? Well, essentially it is that they are short. Also, when you grab a handgun, the tendency is for you to wrap your finger and put it on the trigger. Bad idea. Always keep your finger outside the trigger guard. This is the trigger guard right here. Keep your finger outside the trigger guard until the sights are on the target and you are ready to shoot. If you'll do that, this is the best safety you have, this and your brain. Don't touch that trigger until the sights are on the target. Pretty simple. Handguns come in, well, basically 2 different versions, revolvers and autoloaders. Let me go over a couple of safety things for you to know about both. On a revolver, this type of revolver is a double action revolver. You swing the cylinder out. I like these because you can tell very easily that this gun is unloaded. You can actually look and see all these chambers are empty, okay? That's unloaded. If you're walking around somewhere with a revolver at the range or something, say what you do. Open it up, carry it around with the cylinder swung out. That way everybody can see that it's unloaded. They don't have to worry about it. If I walk around with it this way, they don't know if it's unloaded or not. So open the action and keep it open. Now with an autoloader, there's a real trick here. Let me show you how to unload an autoloader, okay? All right, we've got this gun ready to go. It's time to unload the gun. Now we know we're going to have to pull the slide back to get the loaded round out. We also have to take the magazine out because the magazine is where the ammunition is stored, okay? Now, watch carefully. Take out the live round, take out the magazine. Did you just see what I did? Did you watch carefully? If you don't get the order right, look what happens. There was a round in there. Here's what I did. This is why you have to get the sequence right. You have to take the ammunition supply out of the gun first. There's still a round in this chamber. Now you pull it back. That round comes out. And what you do is you pull it back and there's a slide stop lever here. You push it up as you're pulling back on it. Can't do it this way. I'll do it this way. Okay? And you push that up and you lock the slide in the rearward position. That way you can see that it's empty. Everybody else can see that it's empty. Let me show you that again. This is vitally important that you get this worked out right. Okay? If you're shooting an autoloader, if you have an autoloader or an automatic, people call it. Okay, it's loaded, it's ready to go, and you want to unload it. Remove the source of the ammunition first. Keep your fingers off the trigger. You have removed the source of the ammunition, but there is still one cartridge, one loaded round, inside the barrel, inside the chamber, if you will. We're going to rack the slide back, make sure it's out. Then we're going to lock the slide back. Now we know that this is empty. That's the proper sequence. Make doubly sure, not only do you lock it back, but look down there to make sure there's not a cartridge still in there. If you're storing a handgun at home for personal protection, when it's not in your immediate control, you need to have it locked away so others can't get to it. A box like this is a pretty good way to go. Now people say, well, that'll slow me down. Oh, really? Watch this. How much slower was that? Okay? You have a key, and you lock it up. All you have to do, and you have your gun ready for personal protection. This box even has finger pads, and you push the right combination, the door will pop open. The thing about handguns is that you just have to pay attention like any gun and understand that the sight radius is short. On a long gun, the barrel is long and it takes a lot of movement to possibly point it in a direction you don't want to go. With a handgun, a twist of the wrist and this gun can be pointed in a direction you don't want to go. Pay attention to where it's pointed. Keep your finger outside the trigger guard. Watch the sequence when you're loading and unloading, and by all means, get some training from a certified firearms instructor, and you'll have a lot of fun with your handgun.